Midweek Motivation
with Diana and Amanda, DNA.
Last week you joined us to learn about where to begin, and you figured out you better start here. So now, this week, once you've gotten started, where are you taking it? On this week's episode with Diana and Amanda, we're talking about modules and clear labeling.
Modules and clear labeling. Isn't
Yes.
that exciting?
So this is where you buy like the clear plastic bins and you just put your textbooks in them and organize them on the bookshelf? Is that what we're talking about this week?
Oh my gosh. She's starting already, folks.
I never stopped.
Simmer
Okay,
down.
I'll
Okay.
calm down. I might have to unzip my fleece though. Okay, no.
Yeah,
I'm
the
gonna
fleece that
settle.
you were definitely not wearing last
No,
week
this is a new
when we
week.
recorded.
This is a fresh new week.
Right.
This is part 2. Okay.
Yes, we're talking about modules and clear labeling. So when we're talking about modules, remember this is part 2, talking about course organization. After you went through the introductory materials with students in the Start Here section, the next thing you want to think about is the actual content of your course and how you want to organize it. Most people organize their course into units or modules, and so we're saying modules. So for the remainder of this video, we're most likely going to use the word modules. But modules, units, topics, themes, whatever it is that you take a few weeks, put them together, and that's how you want to organize your course. That's what we're talking about. So modules. You have module 1, 2, 3, 4 for your course, and they're labeled, those clear labels on the side of your course. Blackboard, Canvas, Google Site, wherever you're putting this information. And within those modules, that's where you're going to have all the content, the learning activities, the assessments that go with that module.
Yes, and of course this depends on the context of your course. If it's a fully online course, you're likely to have a lot more content packed into each module. If you are teaching an in-person course and your course landing page is really just a place to share materials or for students to submit assignments online, then you might have a leaner site. But we still like the idea of organizing around your course schedule, around some general topics, themes, units, modules, making it clear for students where they need to go within your course. And speaking of being clear about where they need to go within the course, we'd also like to suggest that within those modules you use very clear labeling about how it is you expect students to interact with the content and the material once they click into a module.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so if students are clicking on module 1 and then that takes them to a page with all the content for that module, you would say things at the beginning of that within organization of a module. You should always start with same thing as the Start Here where we said, introduce them to the course. Well, now we're module specific. So there should be a spot at the top where you're introducing them to the module. So here's what we're going to talk about in this module. Here are the learning objectives for this module. Here are the readings, assignments, due dates for this module, however detailed you want it to be. That should be the first thing at the top. And it should have some sort of signaling verb that says like review module introduction, right? So it's very clear what it is they're going to do and what they're going to do it with. So they're going to review the module introduction. After they've reviewed that, then the next drop down underneath of that would be something like read required readings. And they know what it is you're asking them to do, and then you're providing the things they're going to do it with. So they're going to read or watch this week's lecture videos, and then the lecture videos would be organized right there. Remember those chunked lecture videos we talked about in a previous episode. So that would be the next thing there. So yeah, those clear labels that say, here's the thing I want you to do, and here's how I want you to do it. I want you to watch it. I want you to read it. I want you to review it. I want you to submit it. Respond to it.
Engage.
Engage. It's a lot of verbs.
Analyze.
Most likely to use Bloom's taxonomy. Fun fact, I won an award for that last week.
She did. We'll put a picture in the, she's
Me with
really
my
proud of
thummy.
it.
Yeah,
Your
this is
thummy.
why, right here, because of the module course organization.
It's true. It's a gift that she has.
It is. Also the type A organization freak in me with my color-coded closet makes me really excited to talk about these things.
Yeah.
So organized by modules, and then the learning activities, are clearly labeled within the module. And then I would also say, which we'll probably talk about next week in the next episode, those other signaling clicks out of that module to go into the next module. That's really important too, like thinking about the navigation, which we'll talk about next week.
Yeah.
Yeah. So modules,
Organize your course into modules. Let's not just have class 1, class 2, class 37. Chunk it. And then label things clearly once students click into a module.
That's great.
That's it.
I think that's it. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, you've got some work to do.
That's good. I have so much more to say.
I know.
I get so jazzed about
you
this.
I'm
trying to restrain myself. Yes,
moderation.
organize your modules.
The people need time to organize now. They're inspired because of our content, obviously. They need time to go do it.
By organizing your course into modules, it will help you to see just how much content you're asking students to access, read, do, the signaling things we're talking about. So this is why, really, I'm bringing it full circle here, I promise.
Yeah.
This is why this is important to do this course organization with modules, because then you really see just how much you're asking of the students, and you know if you need to maybe pare some things down.
Yeah,
Sort of like
demand,
sort of like this podcast that we have to pare down
every time. So many
every
cuts.
time.
You should see the behind the scenes.
Anyways,
all right.
brought it full circle.
You really did.
Brought it home.
All right, I'll take us out.
Oh my God, she's cutting us off. There's a hook.
The shepherd's crook is coming out. This has been
Midweek Motivation.
Stay tuned for next week. Or else.